So we go. Good evening, Zed. Good evening, Ralph. We get a reply.
Yeah. Good evening,
Oh,
folks.
are we live?
We
Ah,
are now, yeah.
hello, everybody. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good
Welcome
evening.
to the Madhouse.
Good evening, French Vinyl Addict. And I suspect we also have Zeb and Ralph. I suspect are both here.
Yes. They can tell me they've got to tell us why they should vote for their albums, which I did today. How is the voting going?
We have to hold our hands up because a slight slip of the fingers, not on my behalf. It wasn't me that did it. We accidentally opened the poll on Monday. Good evening, Pulsar. And 5 votes were cast before we realised that the voting was open. So unfortunately, we had to close it. But we're counting the 5 votes.
Yes. Good evening,
that
Richard.
Were cast. Good evening, Richard. So currently, live as we speak, there are 12 votes, 7 to Nectar and 5 to Journey. But there's also the initial 5 votes, which went 3 for Nectar and 2 for Journey.
Today will keep us up to things. Anyway, I've had a really... Hello, Zeb. When I finish, you're here to promote Nectar and why that album is so brilliant, I hope. Anyway, what's been going on this week? Well, I went to see Francis Rossi last week, and I'll tell you all about that in a bit. But 3,163 people in the last 7 days have had a peekaboo at the channel. And 13 of you said, yeah, this is good.
Good evening, Matt, and good evening, Nick.
Good evening, guys. They said, yeah, we'll play this, and 13 of you subscribed. So thank you very much. So what have you been watching? Number 3, 64 views. We have Pick and Mix from last week. Mr. Alan Parsons, very popular person.
I thought that might be.
Yeah, his other albums. Number 2, doing the business still, is Slade, 110. But reigning still, as ever we do when we work together, is Richard and Iain's Bad Songs on Good Albums, 197. Top short last week was Ronnie Dame's Dio, Holy Diver, 323. Very good. Good album as well. So in the last 28 days, 15,251 views, 61 subscribers last month.
Welcome all 61 of you.
Yes, well done. You're still here as well. Status Quo comes in at number 3 with 262. Slade, 697 in the last month. Unbelievable. But still reigning at the top. 20 Bad Kiss songs on 876. So let's move. Roger Whittaker is still in the last month, is still the most watched short with The Last Farewell.
Nick's multitasking. He's watching the stream, eating his dinner, and babysitting all at the same
well
time.
Done, mate. You're an absolute star. So the full figures for the channel now, it's 226,574. We're not far off 250,000 views, are we?
No,
that's impressive. And we're nearly at 2,000 subscribers. How hard it was to get the first 100. We're whipping them through now. 1,184.
Oh no, we're way off 2,000 subs with another 800 and odd to go.
Oh, it's 1,200. Sorry.
Yeah.
I can't add up. So, what you've been watching? So, we're going to do number 3 first, of course, and it's still Jethro Tull at 3862. Derek Riggs, 3954. Status Quo is just going up and up and up. 7,358. So, we want to know how Slade's doing. They are now at 3,791, and they're only 92 behind Death Hotel. Will they take them over next week? Who knows?
If we can work out what the hell's driving it.
I know. Top short, of course, is Oxygen. That's at 2,500 now. Unbelievable. Last week's Battle of the Debut, set by our very good friend Nick. He put up Madness against Specials, and it was Madness 30, Specials 23. So the Madness won that battle. So what have we been listening to? I'm doing all sorts of other good things. Well, Fela Kuti's all wrapped up and ready to go. I've enjoyed that, but believe it or not, even though I've finished listening to them for the ranking, I'm still addicted to putting it on first thing in the morning. I just love listening to Fela Kuti in the mornings. It's just something I like doing. We're still waiting for we're still waiting for the new Duran Duran album to come out. So that's still there at 15 out of 16. Been listening to a lot of Cheap Trick this week. 11 albums I've listened to now of 20.
Sorry. Stay alive, not just Christmas.
Yes. Amorphous, I've listened to 8 of the 14.
Oh, you got it right. Well done.
Yes, well done, me. Fate's Warning, 7 of the 13. Radiohead, 8 of 9. Nearly done them. Tremade, 6 of 9. The Tigers of a Pantang, 9 of 13. Vampire Weekend, I only put them in the other day, and I've listened to 3 of the 4. Out of the laundry list today have come the Beach Boys. Haven't listened to any of them, but I've got 29 to listen to, so a lot of fun there. Echo and the Bunnymen have come out as well. There's 13 of them. And John Cale. 13 album, 0 to 13.
That's 3 marathons.
Yes. Where are you, Rob?
Oh. Richard Slade album has now gone up to his 5th most watched VC video. The singles is his 2nd.
I know.
T-Rex reigns supreme. Crikey.
Yes. You're not interested in that because you've got something else up here, haven't you?
Oh, Witch's Claw.
No, he likes his meaty rolls. Yeah, there's your meaty rolls. He likes his meaty rolls. Don't we all like a meaty roll? Anyway, that's enough of my waffle.
And we missed Good Evening, Mike.
Oh, good evening, Mike. Hello. Right. It's now time for hatches and matches and dispatches.
Right. Now, I'm going to do hatches last and for a specific reason. So, dispatches this week. We missed one. It was announced after the stream last week. 27th, we lost Dom Famularo, an American drummer and drum teacher. He taught an awful lot of well-known drummers how to play the drums. The 28th of September, we lost Stephen Ackles. Now, he was a Norwegian vocalist, pianist, and songwriter. He mainly played rock and roll, inspired by the likes of Jerry Lee Lewis, Chuck Berry, Little Richard, Elvis. But he worked with an awful lot of people. To give you a few names, Elton John, Carl Perkins, Tom Jones, Johnny Cash, Chris Christopherson, Little Richard, Waylon Jennings, Jerry Lee Lewis himself, Linda Gale Lewis, James Burton, and Narvel Feltz, who I've never heard of. But anyway, as mentioned in today's first Battle Royale, the 29th of September, last Friday, we lost Ron Howden, the drummer with Nectar. So, sorry, Zeb, you're a man down, but good luck in the Battle Royale anyway. The 30th, we lost Russell Batiste Jr., an American drummer with the Meters, Vida Blue, and Papa Grows Funk. The 1st of October, we lost 2 people. Julian Bahula, a South African drummer, composer, and band leader, and Patricia Yanikova. a Slovak soprano, at the very young age of 25. And 2 days ago, Tuesday, we lost Jacqueline Dark, a fabulous Australian opera singer. Now, matches. We had a bit of a giggle. I had a bit of a giggle doing this. They couldn't be bothered to go to the church back in the 1600s. So there was a marriage by proxy of Marie de Medici and Henry IV of France. In 1945, American actress Janet Leigh, 18 years old, married an American sailor, Stanley Reams, at Morris Chapel in Stockton, California, and promptly got divorced 4 years later. And in 1968, Charles Bronson, famous actor, at the age of 46, married Jill Ireland, and they stayed married until Jill sadly passed away in 1990. So that's the matches and dispatches done. Hatches. We've left it deliberately for a specific reason. 35 and youngest today is Bahar Kizil, a German singer with the band Monrose. 38 today is Nicola Roberts. You know her from Girls Aloud. 43 today is American bassist Paul Thomas with Good Charlotte. And 45 is American musician James Valentine with Maroon 5. 49 today is Colin Malloy, a singer with the Decemberists, along with Heather Headley, a Trinidadian singer. She was mentioned in Iain's review of Elton John's soundtracks, specifically the Aida album. 64 today is Troy Luccketta, American rock drummer with Tesla. 66 is Lee Kix Thompson, saxophonist with Madness. 68 is Leo Barnes, an Irish saxophonist with Hothouse Flowers. And at the age of 72, he was born with the names Robert Frederick Zenon and a last name, KBE, an Irish singer. We know him as Bob Geldof. 75 today is Lucius Tall Ross, American pop guitarist with Funkadelic. And believe it or not, Russell Mael, who's still singing, performing with Sparks, is 75 today as well. 76 today is Brian Johnson, a hard rock singer-songwriter with AC/DC.
And Geordie.
Yeah. 78 today is Jeff Lee, saxophonist and flute player with the band Henry Cow and a few other bands as well. But 80 today, and Iain was quite surprised, Steve Miller, the man who wrote The Joker, Abracadabra, and Fly Like an Eagle. 80 years young today.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
It is. 90 years old is Alvin Al Shackman, an American jazz guitarist, arranger, and harmonica player. He played with Nina Simone. But
he did.
Yeah, the one, the only. And we are so proud and pleased that she has survived and is celebrating her 100th birthday today. She's the owner of a spooky, husky voice. She had the nickname the girl with the upside down eyes. She's a British actress and singer. She appeared in Mary Poppins. She was in the stage show A Little Night Music, and the music for that, which was written by Stephen Sondheim, was rearranged to suit her voice. She was born in Pretoria, South Africa, while her parents were touring. She is the oldest living Oscar nominee in any acting category, and she's the oldest living Disney legend. And she is the marvelous and wonderful Glynis Johns. Happy birthday, Mom. So that's hatches, matches, and dispatches out of the way. So, guess who's forgotten to put something up? What's on next week?
Oh. I better come back in and sort it out then, hadn't I?
Yes, you're on screen.
What a silly bunt.
Oh, Nick, that's not nice.
I've done some silly things in my time.
Yes, haven't we just?
Is it there now?
Yeah, you're full screen, and away you go.
After that multi cock up, what's on next week? Oh, there's lots on next week. And there is lots on next week. Monday, we are starting off with another of the solo projects of Rolling Stones. We're going to look at the legend drummer, Charlie Watts. And classic album, we're going to look at the Rolling Stones album of the 1980s. And this was number 6 on their list.
What?
Eh?
The Rolling Stones album? What?
The Rolling Stones magazine album.
Right. Yeah, yes. Okay.
And this was at number 6 in the greatest albums of the 80s, and it's Pearl Jam's 10. And oh, look, someone's got a birthday on Monday.
I wonder who that couldn't be.
Yeah, I wonder who that may be. But you're not getting the UK, because I did that last year. I'm going to do the US top 10 on my birthday, 9th of October, 1966. That'd be interesting. That's an interesting one. Totally different from what we had. Tuesday, got a viewer's request for an English symphonic type metal band called Touchstone. They are very good. And we've got the last part of the Elton John. And we're going to look at Elton John's non-album singles. It's all right. Rocky's barking. You're going to... Is demanding. Wednesday, got Marathon Wednesday. We have got American rock band Toto, and we've got another birthday. Joe Jamfray, who we've done collaborations with. He's got a birthday on Wednesday, and we're going to do the US top 10 on the day he was born in 1995. Thursday, we've got Battle 2 of the Battle Royale, and it's between Secret Treaties, A Blue Oyster Cult from Mick, and This Is the Sea by the Waterboys from Charles. So we've got 2 of the Obscurians going head to head. Proper Obscurians as well, so that'll be a good one. Pick and Mix is a good one, and I'm sure Stevie's vinyl cupboard will be looking forward to this one. I'll be looking at the legendary concert live in Texas by the brilliant Who? Yeah. Who? Friday, live albums. We're going to look at one of the pioneering progressive rock metal bands, Queensryche. And we got a sort of a new old album from Mr. Roger Waters. And it's The Dark Side of the Moon redo. It comes out tomorrow. I've heard a couple of tracks, and I'm not hopeful. And then next Saturday, it's Iain and Richard again. I know this is right. This is what I come up with. Songs that are better live, top 10. Basically, songs done by for bands that the live version is far better than the studio, and it could be because it's a different singer, and that's it. So that's all happening next week. So a very busy week.
Right. There you go. You can take that off now.
All right. Let's come back on. Right.
There you go.
Right. I guess where I've got to do. Go and sort his dudes out. But talk amongst yourself. Come on, then.
Oh, God. He does. Right. Has anyone got the lyrics that are scrolling across the bottom of the screen yet? Yes, Nick, he can be a bit of a pain. And yes, Richard, she was. She was she's known as the suffragette mother. Oh, right, Matt. How much did that cost you? Oh, can you not see them? it's scrolling across the bottom of the screen. And here we go. Waiting all the time to find radio plays on Caroline. They say you'll get there in the end. We can pray. What we say makes a difference in the end.
Yes.
Ooh, $200 each. Not bad. That's Matt. He went and saw Squeeze and Psychedelic Furs on
Yes, he said he was. Yeah, I went to see Francis Rossi chatting and playing acoustic songs. And you know, everyone, how much I love rocking all over the world. But I actually heard a version that I quite liked. Yes. Shock horror. It is acoustic version. And he did it with he's an engineer for Status Quo in Francis Rossi's guitar tech, and his name's Andy. And they did a great version of it. And the thing was, you could tell that it was a John Fogerty record because they did it in that sort of shuffly way. They did a great version of Margarita Time, another song I don't like, but it was very nice, and he was hilarious.
Oh, good.
And the lyrics are actually from a song that Francis Rossi did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dave got it.
Yeah, I had to think deep.
So if anyone thinks they know that one, there you go. The link up to come up is up. Got no. Oh, well done, Richard.
Well, yes. Evening record hand. Not a problem.
That's all right. You're here, mate. That's the main thing. Anyway, well, I mean, what else? I found out that no Chinese restaurants are open in Northampton on a Monday because everyone that I've tried to ring up and get a time for me and Lee, no. So we're going to go Vietnamese anyway.
Yeah. I wonder what the only reason I could think was that because they're going to have been open most of the week and definitely over the weekend whenever they'll be busiest. I suppose they have their weekend on a Monday.
Yeah, that's probably why. So we've got somewhere to go anyway.
No, Nick. Richard got it. Rock and roll.
Yes, they played that wonderfully. It was really nice. The best bit was, I mean, if you've watched Saturday Night, they did Caroline. Now there's a bit in Caroline that goes da 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 da. So Francis says, "Can we all sing it like Mark Bolan sings Deborah? Da di da." And guess what? Everyone done it. It was really funny.
You tried the Mandarin buffet down at Western Fable. They're closed on a Monday.
No, they're not closed, but
are they not?
Mandarin, I like Mandarin. It's one of these help yourself as much as you can eat. But
no, the best one used to be in town by the cinema.
Yeah, used to be. But this Mandarin, it's a weird place. It's got bouncers and it's
yeah.
Yeah, and I had a bad experience there once.
With the food or with the bouncer?
No, with the food.
Ooh, that's not good.
And they didn't like it, and because I was with a group of people, I said I couldn't eat anything else.
What?
I said I wouldn't pay. Well, I'll tell you what I found. I had some soup, and there was a hare that big in it.
Yeah.
And it was a black one.
Yeah.
And as I pointed out to the waiter, there's no one on this table with black hair. Bits of grey and brown, but certainly not long black hair. We're past that.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Yeah, and they didn't like it.
Not well. They're probably accusing you of faking it to get out of paying for it.
Yes.
But the problem is they're sidestepping the issue.
Yeah. Anyway, I did it. They in the end, I
sure
did
it
get
wasn't
to
about it. Was it Curly?
but I did in the end because the guy that organised it, he turned around and says, "Well, if he ain't eating, we're eating, and we're walking out now."
Yeah.
And then someone said, "Well, yeah." The funny thing was, I said, "I'll call the police," and he went, "Yes, you called," because there was a copper in our group.
Oh, lovely. Right there.
So in the end, everyone had something to eat, and they did knock 50% off the bill.
Added ginger
flavour. Oh, you're on form tonight, Record Hound. Like that. So, I'll put up the thing again, because we've been gossiping on.
Yes.
I've had a couple of.
Oh, yeah,
we had a bit of a helmet today. He just didn't think I knew what I was talking about. I don't half the time, but that's beside the point.
This wasn't another throwing his toys out of his pram comment, was it?
No. He was just, it was that guy about Simple Minds.
Yes. Yeah, it was throwing his toys out of his pram, yeah.
Because I put his favourite song at the bottom, but there you go.
As you say every time, everybody hears the same piece of music differently. You hear different phrasing, you hear notes differently to the way I hear them. And probably the way Richard or Ralph or Zeb or Matt, all of us hear the same piece of music differently, and we'll rate it differently.
Yeah, I'm going to mention Zeb because he sort of, when I put the flaming bits and put Zyrie at the bottom, goes, no! But, I mean, I couldn't get on with it. But you see, Zeb's a man of the world. He knows we hear things differently. So,
yeah, he agreed to disagree.
Yeah, because we're adults and we don't throw hissy fits.
Unlike some Quo and Squee, and I could name a whole bunch of bands, and you've upset somebody for every single one.
Oh, I bet I have.
Yeah, but it's the idiots that go and create an account just to come in and make a comment and then close the account. What? You went to all that trouble just to say, I don't like what you said.
I feel quite privileged with that.
Yeah. Exactly, Simon. What a helmet.
Definitely a helmet.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, no purchases this week, but there may be some next week.
All four at the same time? What? Oh, right. Well, you're welcome to pop up now if you want. Rhino's made a quick selection of favorite British bands.
I probably will have a listen to that like that, Zeb. I will. And I'll give you my comments again. But on the whole, I
like the phrase, it's meant to be played all four at the same time. What? 4 CD players? All going off at the same time? Yes, to be synced and played simultaneously.
Oh, wow. That is clever. But they are. I mean, I thought they are very talented guys. Wayne Call you
Yeah,
whatever
but
his name
if that's the case, I mean, to have to run 4 CDs at the same time, you're talking to an audience who's got money to burn.
Yeah.
Good evening, Mike.
Good evening.
Hello.
Who are we?
How you doing?
Good.
Yeah. I rather belatedly watched your Sonic Youth ranking. Here.
Oh dear, I'm in for a.
Yes,
Shall I go now?
Oh
Shall I go
dear,
now?
oh dear.
Evening, Rob.
Yeah. I know you're not a fan, mate, but you know, what you put Daydream Nation at number 9 and Sister at number 8. Ooh. You're number 1 though, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that was a great album. But there you go. I shall still continue listening to them.
Yeah.
Because I think they're worth it. Good evening, Rob.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Well, I did watch the cricket today, and well, that was a waste of time.
Yeah, they got smashed, didn't they?
They didn't just got beat; they pulped into the ground.
Yeah.
We just got the rugby to come next.
No.
But I spent most of last weekend watching golf.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
Not even my mother calls me that. Yeah, I mean, like my flaming lips. I put Zyrie or whatever it's called at the bottom. I just couldn't get on with it.
Yeah, I haven't watched. I've only got one Flaming Lips album.
Oh, sorry, I've just seen.
Which one have you got, Rob?
That result.
The Pink Robots one.
Oh, I like
right.
that one. That's really good.
Yeah, that's the one I've got. I feel a little bit like the kind of the American version of the Super Furry Animals. I don't know whether you think similar.
Yeah, I think you've hit the nail on the head there, Rob. I think they are. They're very, very similar. But there's a lot of other sort of influences in there as well, as I've listened. Especially when they do some of that spacey rock stuff.
Yeah.
It's very Chrome.
Is it Wayne Coyne, the singer?
Wayne Coyne, that's it, yeah. You've got to be careful how you say that, haven't you, really?
I've seen them like at Glastonbury and other festivals, on the TV, and they're quite inventive, aren't they, when they're on stage?
Yes, I've seen that. Obviously, when I do my research, I pick up bits on the YouTube, and I've seen some interesting bits of them on YouTube. They also remind me a bit of the Waterboys as well. Some of their acoustic stuff, is very Waterboys.
Yeah. What have you been up to this week, Mike?
Well, this and that, Well, as you know, I was a bit of a loose end this afternoon.
Yeah, you picked up a few subscribers, didn't you, Mike?
I did, yeah. Yeah, well, thanks for thanks for that, Rob. Yeah.
You're all right.
Yeah, God, I'm over 300 now.
You broke over 300 now, haven't you?
Yeah.
I mean, that's, to put it into context, it took me, I'm trying to think now. My average is about 300 subscribers a year, because I've been doing it 5 years and I've got 1,500 subscribers. So you're well ahead of me, really.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to be going quite well, but, the first 100 seems to take forever, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
and then,
that first 100 is...
Yeah. I think it's worked out that it's taken me about the same time to get from 100 to 300 as it did to get from 0 to 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
there's a lot of people though in the UK that have got channels, and they seem to get stuck in the between 400 and 500. Seems to be a bit of a a difficult hurdle to sort of get through.
Right.
I don't know whether you'll have the same issue. I mean, I don't know whether you just happy just now you've got over 300 subscribers. You're not really that bothered. It's just ticking along kind of thing.
Well, I mean, the way I see it is that, obviously it's nice to have a lot of subs and a lot of views, isn't it? Because it sort of, shows that at least some people are appreciating what you're doing. But,
I know.
Quite honestly, I think, well, what can you do really?
Yeah.
You're in the lap of the goods, aren't you, a lot of the time?
You're putting content out, though, which is, people like people who put out content, don't they?
Well, yeah. I mean, because, you see the way it goes, doesn't it? That, you put a video out and you get a little spike, don't you?
Yeah.
And that very quickly then sort of goes down to, not many views, doesn't it? Until you put the next one out.
Yeah, it can do. But the more videos that you have, then, I mean, Iain will tell you this. So Ian's got so many videos. So it's those ones that it's kind of like your back catalogue, isn't it? Your back catalogue of videos. They're the ones that are driving your channel, really.
God, yeah. I mean, at the moment, for me, it's Slade. They're the one. They've always been popular, but all of a sudden, it's everything that's of the Slade one is just going through the roof.
Yeah.
Status Quo is always going to pick me up.
Yeah.
That picks up. That can pick up 30, 40 views a week, and it picks up 2 or 3 subscribers from that. Yeah. But I've had that big surge when I went and did this filming at that Rock to Your Drop, and I met a lot of people and got. Yeah. Networking is another good way. Just network, talk to people, and all of a sudden, things like we went on. I went Friday to see Francis Rossi in Wellingborough, just up the road from me. Yeah. And there's a lot of people from the Rock to Your Drop were there as well, and they all come and said hi. I'm getting highs all over the place. Yeah. So it's we've watched your channel, we think it's good.
Yeah.
So it's just and the thing was, are you filming next one? I went, yes, of course I am.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think you can sort of, quite sort of quickly, you can sort of see what sort of videos do well and what don't. I mean, my Pauline Murray video is still being watched by quite a few people.
Yeah.
And it's had, probably about, I think it's about 1,500 views now.
Yeah. That's because that's not exclusive to the vinyl community, is it? It's of interest to anybody who likes Pauline Murray. So anyone who likes Pauline Murray might come across that video.
Well, that's it. And and I think it was, it was a bit different as well, wasn't it? It wasn't just me saying, this is stuff that I got recently.
Yeah, exactly.
Which let's face it, is a sort of, it's a bread and butter, isn't it, of the vinyl community.
No, but I put a poll on my, on my community.
Yeah.
It got about 130 sort of people who voted, which is quite a few people. And over 50% of people said they prefer watching Hull, finds videos. That's their favourite kind of video. So they are popular, aren't they?
They are. I think that there's a particular type as well of video that the crate digging videos.
Yeah,
they're very popular.
Because I love those. Just watching somebody holding a mobile phone while they flick through a load of used records.
The one that's on my channel, that gets about 300 views a week. That.
Right.
Yeah, they do very well, those videos.
It's got 7,700 views now, that.
Wow.
So it's just going to keep going, isn't it?
Yeah.
It will.
This time next year, it might have 20,000 views, that.
Richard Warwick's just come on about going back to Slade. I sold 3 albums at my last record fair to 3 different people, all under the age of 40 years of age, enduring appeal of the band. I think that's right, Richard.
I've just watched Richard's video. He picked up. He goes to auctions and obviously sells in sort of your area, doesn't he, Simon? And he picked up quite a lot of goth, sort of Susie and the Banshees, Sisters of Mercy, that kind of stuff.
All right, I'll have a look.
But yeah, if you don't know Richard Warwick, he's well worth subscribing to his channel.
Yeah, I mean, I have subbed to him, so yeah.
He's from Southampton, I think.
He put his video up about 2 hours ago. I just watched it.
Yeah, I've not. I didn't notice it then. So I'll have a look after we've done this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. I was down in London at the weekend.
Oh yeah.
You know, just visiting my daughter for a few days.
Right.
And I don't know if you know it. There's a place behind King's Cross Station called Coal Drops Yard.
Right.
And it's the old sort of coal yard for the steam trains and everything, where it meets Regent's Park Canal and everything.
Right.
And now it's a bit of a sort of a swanky sort of shopping and sort of restaurant area. It's quite nice. There's a lot of outdoor space. So there was a big sign up saying car boot sale today. This was on Saturday.
Wow.
So I went up there. It was £7 to get into a car boot.
Right.
And I thought, no, not doing that, not doing that.
Wow. Yeah.
And the really weird thing is that there was a classic car show as well.
Right.
There's sort of a local classic car club was sort of showing their cars, but that was all free.
£7 for a car boot sale. That's mental.
That's crazy.
It is. It's absolutely terrible. But there was there are a couple of stalls that were sort of outside the security cordon, and I picked up some pretty good singles actually.
Right.
For not very much. I'll show them to you if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here you go. So couple of pill singles. There you go. Don't ask me.
Don't ask me. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Cruel. Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Rise.
Right. Yeah.
I've got those two. Then a bit of the Enduring the Blockheads. There you go.
That's
Superman's Big Sister.
Oh, that's a great song. That is.
The B side of that is it is a lot better in my opinion. That's called You'll See Glimpses.
Right.
Then there's this one here. This is Honeybane and Guilty. And I don't know if you know Honeybane, but she was in the Fatal Microbes. In fact, she was the Fatal Microbes, and
I'm not aware of it.
around about sort of like late 70s, very early 80s.
Right.
A bit of Elvis Costello.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's Still Morning. Tokyo Still Morning, I should say, parts 1 and 2. I think on the album it's a single track, isn't it?
Yeah, I've not got that single.
No, I'd not seen it before. It's on the song itself is on Blood and Chocolate, isn't it?
Is that what it's on? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Then I got a couple of Virgin singles.
Nice.
So this is it. Flying Lizards, but not Money. This is Summertime Blues.
That's brilliant, that version. I love it.
Yeah, I like that. I think this was their first one, wasn't it?
Yeah, I've got that. I've got that on a picture.
Have you? All right. Yeah. Right. And then a bit of Penetration here.
Oh, yeah.
So this is Life's a Gamble, which is the title of her autobiography.
Yeah, you could have got that signed.
Well, I didn't own it. I didn't own it when I saw her.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a drawback.
Yeah, a couple more. Oh, hiya, Michael. I didn't own it when I saw her. Yeah.
That's a drawback.
Yeah. So, hiya, Michael.
Hey, guys.
Yeah. Shall I show the rest, or are we going to move on?
Oh, I just wanted to throw it. I thought I'd do that sort of thing. Well, you carry on, Mike, now.
Yeah, it's okay. Anyway, hi, Michael. Yeah, so we've got Magazine. This is Give Me Everything. And the B-side of this is I Love You, You Big Dummy, which again, the B side I think is better than the A side.
Yeah, that's nice.
Then there's a bit of Gang of Four, not a picture sleeve. This is from about 1990, 1990, and it's Money Talks, and it was on the album Mall.
Right.
A bit of Leeds Goth, Sisters of Mercy on the album Mall. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So this is Corrosion, and then something that Nick would like, I think, Madness, Embarrassment, and finally the adverts. Television's Over, and that's 1978, and it was on their second album, Cast 1000. So
yeah,
they were all 3 for $5 or so. It was worth it, and I didn't have to pay £7 to get into a car boot sale. So so there you go. So that's that anyway.
Yeah, nice then, mate.
Cool.
Yeah. Where's Michael gone? Oh, there you are.
I'm here.
Yeah.
He's back again.
Yeah, I'm beginning to wonder. You were there, then I started talking and you'd gone.
Yeah.
Don't take it personal.
I won't, Michael. Yeah. I'd like to ask you, what's your favourite Tokyo record shop? There seem to be so many.
There's so many. I think Disc Union, it's got to be. I mean, because they're just everywhere, and they're the biggest ones. And it's just, no matter which one you pick, they've got a store, they got a floor that's a concentration of something, right? So I mean, I love the little stores, but I mean, if you have limited time, if you're only here for a day, it's got to be Disc Union.
Yeah,
it's really amazing.
Yeah, but I mean, some of those record shops that you that you showed in your latest video, they just seem to be sort of some sort of unpromising doorway at the top of a stairwell somewhere.
Yeah.
And then you go inside and you've got a brilliant record shop.
It's really amazing. I think their rents are really low, and they just managed to stay in business for so many years. So they just have so much inventory there, and they're not putting it on the net. And so there's there's so many invisible records there that you got to go there to see and suss them out.
Yeah. I mean, Tokyo seems to be one of those places that sort of vinyl's really quite big.
It's huge.
Yeah, when I was looking at your video, Michael, they're going through that doorway, and it was like going into the TARDIS, a doorway, and then it's the expansion. Wow, it's much bigger on the inside, as they say.
They're pretty small rooms.
Yeah, it's very interesting to watch. Other places, what their record shops. I'd say you've probably got better record shops than here in Northampton. We've got nothing like that now, which is a shame because we used to be really big on record shops, and now we've just got a couple of independents and one called HMV, which doesn't seem to stock. It's not really interested in stocking rock music anymore. It's more whatever the trend is, and videos and clothing, and there's nowhere for genuine people that like vinyl.
Yeah, they've gone mainstream.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have.
HMV is big here.
I see they do a 3 for £55 deal at the moment. Not too bad.
No, but it's finding. It's for me. It's finding.
Finding stuff.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's very mainstream.
It's very mainstream. But there's a record shop down Gold Street that's pretty good. He has a lot of more indie rock from the 80s, and he's starting to get the last one in there. He's starting to get a little bit more Britpop.
I went there last week, HMV, and like the records are so expensive. Like the stuff in the actual racks. It's only worth going in there if you're going to go for the sale stuff, but the stuff in the racks are like 30, 40, 50 quid or more.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's so much. You're better off going on Amazon and ordering it off Amazon if you want it that much.
There's some really good deals on Amazon at the moment. I noticed they've got different class by pulp for 15 quid. There's quite a lot of decent stuff that's under £20 at the moment.
Yeah,
I always feel guilty when I buy something from Amazon. I like to support, local shop. There's a local shop in Bury, Wax and Beans, and there's another guy who's only a couple of miles from me. I was in there on Sunday, and it's not easy. It's not easy trading conditions, is it? And you feel a little bit guilty when you trying to save a couple of quid when you could be helping a local retailer.
Yeah. I agree with you. And when you buy a record from a record shop that particularly one that you go to quite often, you get a good conversation as well.
Oh
yeah, that's what I miss. I mean, back in the day, we had John Lever in Northampton, who'd been here for years. My dad brought records in there, so you can tell how long. We had Spinner Disc, which was no bigger than a shoebox, but it had every rock and metal album and prog album you could ever think. We had Piper Records, which was an absolute brilliant little shop. And they all knew your name. You walk in there, they know, we've got this week. How do you fancy this, And they'd put it on, they'd do a needle drop in the shop for you.
Yeah. What I've noticed in the UK, a lot of the sort of smaller shops, they can't really just survive selling vinyl, so they might sort of sell coffee and do breakfast and snacks, etc. Wax and Beans in Bury, if no one's buying records, it could stay open, sort of feeding people, etc. So, when they're having a quiet day selling vinyl, they're still employing people and turning over some money. But
we've
just got a bricks and mortar shop and you're trying to sell vinyl, and you have a quiet day, you've still got your bills to pay, haven't you?
Yeah. Well, that's right. Yeah. There's a little shop up in Headingley in Leeds called the Vinyl Whistle, and it's fairly new. It's probably been there about 2 years, 2.5 years, but they're a cafe as well.
Well,
and they also have bands in there.
That's owned by John Moss, the ex-Premier League referee, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah, that's him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they have sort of local bands sort of like in there.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely tiny shop.
Yeah. Yeah. Wax and Beans in Bury are the same. They have like maybe 2 or 3 times a week. There's people playing there, and across the road there's a venue called the Met. And like Scouting for Girls are playing there in a week or 2. So, and I think the lottery winners played there as well, when they were promoting their album. So it's just the extra getting people through the door, isn't it?
Yeah.
For a record shop, when you're competing with Amazon, etc., it's not easy, is it?
No.
No,
because you've got a corporate giant who can undercut you at a moment's notice.
And it's difficult for them, isn't it, with the records? Because when you go back in there after a couple of times, you see that it's the same kind of records. It kind of gets a bit stale, doesn't it?
Yeah, but Amazon isn't this like one operation. It's hundreds of different people selling through Amazon. So those are businesses as well. But they're using sort of Amazon as their platform, if you like, instead of eBay, or as well as eBay.
And they get to use they get to ride on the back of the delivery service as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
cuts their costs.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a place in Northampton that's not long been open. It's called the Record Emporium, and I think it's on the similar thing. It's records and coffee and chat.
Yeah.
I haven't been along yet, but I must go. I mean, my mate Lee's been. He says it's really good. It's people talking about music and having a coffee and
Well, where is it? Is it in the Mount?
No, it's actually catch. Oh, it's Kingsley Park Terrace. Dave knows where it is because he lived in Northampton, not far from Monks, from the Working Men's Club near Matthew's Church.
Oh, up around the back of me.
That round there, yeah, it's around that part of town, yeah. So it's not even in the centre, but so. Yeah,
well, no, it's a 5-minute walk. So once you've done your business on Saturday, you can go.
I might do. But there's the other place I go, and he knows my dad. He was a musician, and he's got a record. It's a record shop come bookshop, and it's all music. It's a fascinating place, and he buys second-hand books, new books. It's a bit of mixture of it, and it's got that oldie world smell to it. It's wonderful, and he does a damn good cup of tea. Yes, Rob. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, I know Michael's channel's in decline. I just wondered whether he'd got any fresh inspiration for any new videos.
Who are you talking to? You talking to me?
Yeah.
Well, let me see, Rob. I'm thinking about re-releasing my videos because they haven't been watched.
That's a good idea, that.
I know. So I'm just going to put a different thumbnail on them and just re-release them. So I'm thinking I'm going to re-release my 10 Commandments and a few others. That was a personal favorite of yours.
You could do a deluxe box set, couldn't you?
That's what you can do, though. You can go on your. You can do that on any old video if you want to give it a bit of a. If you think it's relevant. I'm not sure whether any of yours are, but it's an idea for everybody.
Hey, Rob, I wanted to ask you a question since I got you live.
Yeah, go
on. Do you think because of you, there are no women in the British VC?
Because of me?
Yeah.
If I could show you the private emails that I get from women, then it'd shock you. I don't believe that's true. It is interesting, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a lady in Scotland, isn't there? But she's like more of the metal community. Right. And there's Neve, isn't there? The prog.
Yeah.
She's in the UK, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it is a shame, isn't it?
It's a shame.
That's also Mary's music place. She's in Birmingham.
I don't know. I wouldn't like to think I'm responsible, but who knows?
No, I sort of I'm friends with both Neve and Mary on Instagram, and we have a tete-a-tete now and again when they do something, instead of putting it on things. That's great and bloody blah, the usual sort of thing. I'll tell you it was actually Mary that helped me with my shorts because she's really good at them.
Yeah.
So I asked for her advice and it was fantastic.
Yeah,
there's also Naomi of 365 Days of Prague.
Mm-hmm. I don't know whether I know in America there's a handful, isn't there, of women, but I don't know the percentage of women in the vinyl community would be pretty low, wouldn't it? It'd probably be certainly less than 5%. What do you think we can do to sort of encourage them?
I don't know. They're not going to be so frightened of us all.
I think the thing is though, when I mean Telegram Sam, isn't it as well? She's got quite a big channel.
Yeah.
If they do decide to start a channel, then they'll find a lot of support, won't they, and a lot of encouragement.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, there was a couple of years ago. There was kind of people saying that certain women in the VC were taking advantage, because they were getting VCLT off people, and it was a little bit cringy, when you get the same guy sending somebody VCLT all the time. But the person in question, I don't think she was actively trying to get VCLT. It was just people being generous, really. But you're always thinking, what are the motives behind the generosity? It's just normal, isn't it, to think that? I suppose it's a shame, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, they give up their home addresses, right? I mean, with YouTube, it's really tough to get a hold of people directly. So I'm always wondering, how the hell did this person get the home address of the people they're mailing to? I mean, if you're a woman, do you really want to give up your home address?
Yeah, I mean, some people would put their email address, wouldn't they, on the description, and then maybe get emails from people and then pass the... I've had to stop. I actually took my email address off because of the being inundated with women, so I took it off because I couldn't cope.
Yeah.
Very few people post their email address on YouTube. Very few.
Yeah, I took mine off. I did it. I thought I was a bit naive, maybe. So
yeah.
I mean, I've got a channel email, but I'd never put my personal. Okay. Dave, we've got Stevie wanting to come in, mate.
Not a problem. I'm out of here. Talk to you all next week.
Hey, Rob, let's talk about Stevie's sub count.
Talk about what?
His subscriber spike.
Why? How many has he got now?
Hello, folks.
You should ask.
Hi, Stevie.
Hey, Stevie.
49%.
Rob's got a question for you.
What's your subscriber count, Stevie?
Well, I haven't checked it recently, but I think Michael's is 49%. Hang on. Yeah, 49.09% of mine.
You must be. Are you on 1500 then now?
Huh?
I don't check these things. I don't check these things.
No.
Yeah.
You were saying.
Anyway, I see you branched out into foods now, then, Stevie.
You were saying how difficult it is to get 300 subs. I totally agree. You know, it's taken me, since your last show to get that. So.
Yeah.
Ooh.
What was your last video though? What was it? Remind me again, because when I was watching it, I was thinking it's pretty good.
You don't watch my videos?
I watched it. I missed a comment, didn't
I? No, it was just my last vinyl haul of basically everything I've shown on this show for the last few shows.
Well, you tend to mention me on every video, so I'm not seeing a spike in my subscribers. So you need to mention me a bit more.
Right, I'll try.
Yeah.
Anyway, Stevie, I'm reviewing a Who video next.
I heard that. Yeah, I had it on in the background. Yeah. So, is that the one that you said? Did you say Texas?
Yes, Texas 75.
Is that the one that's like it's either yellow or orange? The video. If you watch the video of it, the lighting, it's just completely orange.
Orange. It's not what I call the best lighting, is it? But it's just great.
Yeah, I think I've looked at that to try and sort of make a video of it, and I thought this is just too red and orange and yellow. The whole thing, the whole lighting.
Yeah, I may struggle to when I put them in a playlist, my little selections. I'm going to have to be. Because they're all separate, which is great. So I haven't got to fiddle about with them. But it's finding the clips that are actually you can put in without being glared out by. I mean, there's one bit that Keith looks like he's got a bit of the touch of the orange. What was his name? That used to do. What's his name? David, the auction bloke.
David Dickinson.
Yeah, poor old Keith's got. David Dickinson glow on his face.
So I've just got it up on my TV here. So I class this channel as an total embarrassment channel. So Stevie's Vinyl Cupboard, 1.43 subscribers.
Yes. 1,000.
Views on a video, 147.
That sounds about right.
What's going on there?
Well, it hasn't been out long. Give it a chance. You got to give these things a chance,
That's 4 days, isn't it?
That's not bad.
You get more views, don't you, in your first 24 hours? So it's all downhill from now on.
I think it's more the subs are more from the shorts.
Yeah, I'm scrolling across your videos here now, and it's totally underwhelming.
Is this video critique hour or something? You know.
Hey, Stevie, we're talking about Amazon. There's a Who BBC album on Amazon. It's pretty tempting to get it. It's 15 quid. You know, like mid-60s BBC sort of archive stuff.
They put it on their YouTube channel, I think. Is it 1964 to 68?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, there's 5 parts of it on their YouTube channel. I saw that, and it looks okay.
Yeah, 15 quid's not bad though, is it?
Well, yeah, if you want it, but it's on YouTube, so you could watch that.
Yeah, I did get some clips. I'm keeping going along on your views on your videos here.
What is it with you and views and subs and you know?
Yeah.
These things take time, Rob. You know, the videos.
Yeah, I'm on the Timeless Beauties, 660,000 views. That's been up 4 months ago. That's the channel, Timeless Beauties. Maybe check that out. Anyway, I'm getting distracted now.
It's always great to get good advice from you, Rob. I mean, I really find you so nurturing for young channels in the vinyl community. I mean, when people are down the dumps, they come to you and just, you know, you're a rock.
Yeah. Well, Stevie's not down in the dumps. His channel's gone off stratosphere, hasn't it, really?
Yeah.
Whereas yours has kind of gone off grid.
Well, mine is a slow plodding channel, like a turtle.
Slow grower. It's a slow grower.
I tell you what. Did you see a couple of shorts I did recently? I'm not kind of blowing my own trumpet, but I was quite pleased with them. I did. It was like the Shepperton Studios, the Who, doing Baba O'Reilly and Won't Get Fooled Again. I separated out the 4 cams and a bit of an experiment, and then overlaid them over each other. And I was very pleased with it. The Baba O'Reilly one is really rocking. A couple of those went like sky high with views. It's like my fourth.
I watched that.
Fourth highest.
Thumbs up.
Yeah, it was the 4th highest. The one of them. I don't know if it's part 3 or part 4 of Baba O'Reilly, but it just went so quickly. I couldn't even follow it on the analytics, and it was like. My shorts, the highest ones are from April, and this has been there like 2 weeks, and it's like the 4th highest. I couldn't believe it. It was amazing.
Yeah, you've got some crazy high views, haven't you, on your shorts?
Yeah. They've done well.
You're talented, aren't you? You know, editing and stuff. You can, you do a good job of it. You're talented.
Well, I don't know. It's just like having a bit of a practice and a knock around, and you find something that succeeds. And if you come up with a good idea, or if you make a short that you would actually be interested in, then there's a good chance that somebody else will be interested in it. You know what I mean? How are yours going, Michael?
My quite dismal, Stevie. But thank you for asking.
I've done you a couple. Have you put them on yet?
Well, yeah, I'm kind of in the 2-digit performance numbers on my shorts. Not doing too well. Mind
you, I mean, I'm just doing one now behind Blue Eyes, and that's got comparatively very slow views. So it just takes a while to get momentum going,
Yeah, I'm doing that. I put ones on. I keep looking. Why are they doing them well? And then all of a sudden, boink, it goes well. The one that really surprised me is when Roger Whittaker died. I just put a little clip of The Last Farewell, 30 seconds. Just a R.I.P. Nothing.
I saw that one.
Yeah, 1,500.
Did well, didn't it? Yeah,
it's gone through the roof.
Yeah.
I've got a tip for you, Ian. I think I was looking at your shorts the other week, and you've done like a few Jean-Michel Jarre ones.
Yeah.
Now they've changed it, because they used to have like a feature where you could put an end card on the short, but nobody ever looked at that, because it doesn't work on a lot of formats. So now they've changed it, and you can put like another short that's associated with your short.
Oh, right.
And it will put a link on the bottom of the short. So if you're viewing it on a PC, you'll see a link. So if you're looking at, say, one of your Jean-Michel Jarre, you could put a link to another Jean-Michel Jarre, and then on that, a link to another Jean-Michel Jarre, and they could go in a loop if somebody,
Oh, right.
So you can link them all together, and if you've got groups of ones, they might get a knock on view.
So I'm doing Mike Caulfield at the moment. Each week I'm going through his catalogue at the moment. So yeah, I'll have a look at that. Thank you for that.
Just an idea.
Yeah, it's just you all come up with great ideas.
Why are you shaking your head, Rob?
Yeah, I'm surprised Steve is still on here because, all his best work seems to be done in 60 seconds.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, Stevie.
Hang on. I've got to respond to that. I'll retort to that because my next video, I've seen a few people, the Who's Next box set.
Oh yeah.
There's a few people done an unboxing. I've got something special coming in the way. I've got some contacts, so I'm getting a very unique box set for the Who's Next anniversary, which other people do not have access to. So that video will be coming on. I'm hoping it's going to arrive tomorrow or Saturday. So if it does, I'll do an unboxing maybe Saturday, Sunday. But keep your eye out for that one because
I always watch
brilliant
video,
stuff.
I know that.
There might be a signature on it.
I was tempted in my local shop. They had 25 quid Quadrophenia. I was tempted to get another one.
Be a good investment for your retirement.
Yeah. Oh, that's a long way off yet.
Really?
What have you been
anyway,
up to,
Stevie?
Simon? Sorry, mate.
Yeah. Sorry, Stevie. I noticed Vinyl Chef has taken up your omelette challenge.
Yeah. It's well, I thought he was doing a thread or a competition, so I made an omelette. Because like Rob says, I'm struggling for content, so I thought, well, that's a nice omelette. I'll stick that in. And then he did another one.
I wondered about that. I thought, what the hell are you showing that for? But is that what that was? Yeah.
Well, didn't you see if you follow Chef Vinyl Steve's channel, which I'm sure you should. He's got an excellent meat slicer.
Yeah. But
he did well anyway.
On the turntable, though, didn't he?
To answer that, he originally did a video of doing a healthy omelette with avocado and guacamole. So that I was responding to him. I did put it in the description. You're obviously not reading that.
No.
No.
That was.
Are you just flicking through these, Rob? Yeah, like very.
No, I did watch it.
Scrolling through and then.
No. You've still done my favourite one. Probably my favourite ever sort of vinyl community video is your tomato. That is an epic.
That was pretty good. I mean, that was very costly. About 150 quid for 138 quid just for the exhaust that fell off going over rough ground. It's pretty.
Everything about that was absolutely brilliant.
Thank you very much. It's nice. It's appreciated.
Yeah.
A compliment from Mr. Rob Walker.
You heard it here.
Let's go around the table then. Who's other favourite video?
Mine's going to be one of Simon's.
Yeah.
With Helmet when he was doing the Beatles review, and Helmet come and kicked him in his family jewels. Absolutely pure brilliance, that one.
Yeah, it's funny, wasn't it? Yeah, it's only a short, that one.
Yes.
I liked your one, Rob, talking to your son recently.
Yeah.
I had it on the iPad on the stairs because I was painting the wall in the hallway, So I watched the whole thing. It was quite interesting, I have to say.
That was a great video. Probably the best video I've seen this year, actually.
Yeah, I agree with you, Simon. It's one of the best videos. It's nice to see, a father and son talking about a band that obviously Rob was there when it all happened, and it's how it's affected your son. You've really influenced him on there, haven't you?
Yeah. I was hooked straight away. As soon as I put that on, I was like into it.
Who would you, Rob? Who would you say has influenced who the most out of you and your son?
It's like we said in the video. I mean, it goes, obviously up until Alex being sort of 14, 15. But then since he's been 15, he's, on the video he mentions about his radio show. So he used to do new releases on a Monday with his friend. I was listening because it was Alex and I was supporting him and I was like texting him through the show. But the new music that he introduced me to, bands which now are pretty sort of well known, like Parquet Courts, Viagra Boys, stuff like that. Alex was sort of playing their initial releases. So, I mean, Alex really would like to have got into radio, really. He did sort of inquire, but, with him being at university and then, when you start in sort of radio these days, you're going to be starting at the bottom, whereas, he's in education, so he's got a good career. But he was really good on the radio, really. Yeah. I actually didn't mention it, but I actually went on a show with him where we sort of reviewed a year. I think it was just before I started my channel on YouTube, really. And I think it was part of that, going out there. And when you start a channel, you're putting yourself out there, aren't you? And wondering whether people are going to engage with you. I mean, the VC was a lot different. Keep harping on about how it's changed in the last 5 years. And it has done. For the better, really. It's better now. There's a lot more sort of, call it drama, etc. But it all adds to the fun, doesn't it, really?
Do you think it's a little bit less cliquey now? With a bit of new blood in it?
There isn't as much. It's funny, isn't it? When you do like the vinyl tag, you tend to get an influx of new people. I mean, Mike's someone who's sort of... Also, you get people starting the channel and then maybe it's not quite taken off like they thought it was going to do and they kind of drift away. I always like it. Obviously, it's a nice when you get people commenting on some of your videos and they'll say, I really enjoy your chat. Comments is what it's all about, really, isn't it? It's nice going on and doing doing things like this, but comments on your video are what keep you going, really.
Right. Yeah, I had a really nice one this week. I think about my Summit Youth. Great video, and I've enjoyed watching your other videos. Keep up the good work. There's a few simple words. It just there are some nice people in the community. There really are.
But that's what it's about, Ian. It's it's about the interaction. I think. I think if you start a VC channel and you're expecting sort of instant sort of YouTube stardom, then you're deluded, aren't you?
Yeah.
Unless of course you're Stevie, But it's just about doing doing stuff that you like doing, But so you're saying that Alex had his radio show before you got into YouTube then, Rob?
Oh, yeah.
So do you think he inspired you a bit then?
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah, like I say, the fact that, I mean, I used to do hospital radio, though, so don't know if I've ever mentioned that, but yeah, in like 1984, there was like an advert in the paper, and I went and did that for a couple of years, so... And that's
were you ever tempted to say, I'm as serious as cancer when I say rhythm is a dancer?
Yeah. That's nearly as good as that Duran, weren't it? It was something about a nuclear war, weren't it? That was a good one. But a lot of sort of presenters, DJs, when you sort of go into the early careers, the majority of them mention hospital radio as sort of somewhere where they sort of get their experience.
Yeah.
You can make all your mistakes, etc.
It's like my dad was involved in hospital radio here in Northampton, and the guys he was hanging about with them, two went on to local radio, and it sort of inspired me not to go onto the radio, but to become a DJ, do discos.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, I was walking around at Northampton's Balloon Festival a few years ago now, and the hospital radio is still going, and they try to say, there's the usual spiel and how this is this and this is that, and they were so full of themselves, not like the DJs that I knew on the hospital radio when my dad done it. I mean, they used to cover the Northampton Carnival, and it was a great day. And this lad says, "Are you interested?" I says, "Well, I've probably been at that studio long before you." I says, "My dad was involved with hospital radio in the 80s. This station, actually." Oh. So you don't want to be. I said, "No, I haven't got time." But I says, "I do wish you all your success." But they were so thinking they were Radio 1 DJs.
Yeah.
And they were celebrities, and you're not celebrities. You just... Hospital radio is about serving your community, not doing it for the fame.
No.
Yeah, of course it is. But I suppose if you do have sort of aspirations, to sort of go on and make it a career, it's a way of sort of making sure that you're comfortable in front of the microphone, isn't it?
Yeah. They used to have it was all vinyl, so they had. They must have had thousands of 7-inch singles, all sort of in order, and you used to have to sort of check them out and put them back in place. And
that was my job.
What happened to all those singles? But it was great fun. Yeah,
that was my job. I was 13, 14, and I used to go down there and help. And like my dad used to do radio bingo with a guy that went on to local radio. They did bingo on the and I used to sit there. I was the man with the little machine. I was the silent person. So I sort of was involved in the back room, and it sort of inspired me to do my DJing. And then it inspired me to do this.
What about you, Michael? Have you ever sort of done any presenting or anything like that in the past?
You mean radio or anything like that?
Just anything like that, music related.
Oh, no. I never played an instrument at all. I mean, I had friends who were musicians, but I was never involved professionally at all.
What about journalism? Anything like that? No.
Well, I was in PR. I did PR for last 18 years. I was living in San Francisco. I mean, I've always been in marketing.
Right. Okay.
But it's always been like launching products and getting coverage for executives, that kind of thing. I always I come from the tech side. I was in the internet business for a really long time.
Right.
So nothing glamorous.
What about you, Simon?
No, never. No radio, anything like that. No, not been involved in music whatsoever.
Do you think you would have liked to if you'd have sort of thought about it or had the opportunity? You think
thinking about it now, it does sound like quite fun, actually. But no, I never seem to get involved in anything like that. So
I suppose it's like 5 years ago, if someone would have said to you you'd have had a YouTube channel, you probably would have laughed, wouldn't you? Really?
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. I never thought I'd be doing. Well, I guess.
What was it that sort of got you into having a channel?
Watching other videos for about 2 to 3 years, and then one of them stopped, and I kind of wanted to carry on the baton, so to speak.
Yeah.
So I started doing my own,
Yeah.
So in a way, it came like me doing it was kind of entertaining myself,
Yeah. So what was your first video then, Simon?
Well, I did an introduction video, but it didn't really do very well. I just It was appalling. And looking back on it, it was appalling. You know, I wasn't prepared to do the video properly. You know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I think I canned it for a while, and then I started to show my actual collection, you know, in bits and pieces, and just sort of build up from there. But
Yeah.
it took a while to get any momentum because, you know, I think back then, about 4 or 5 years ago, YouTube, the vinyl community was a bit different, wasn't it, Rob? You know, it wasn't so easy to get started, was it?
No, you didn't have. It's like if you look on like Mazzy's channel and look at his videos when he'd been doing like 150, 200 videos, he's only getting like 300-400 views on his videos. Whereas these days, you know, people can start a channel and be getting 700-800 views, can't they? Quite quickly, really.
Yeah. It's changed. I don't know what's happened, but I mean, I guess maybe it's the live streams or something. Or
I think there's more. I think there's actually more people watching YouTube than there used to be, and obviously there's a lot of interest in music. There's a lot of interest in records, and a lot of people don't really watch mainstream TV anymore. And maybe they just like. I mean, personally, I watch a lot of YouTube. It might not be music, it might be football, things like that, different sort of channels. But I sort of enjoy the independence of people on YouTube, where they've not, you know, they've not got to tick different boxes. They can, if they appeal to you, you watch them. If they don't appeal to you, you just don't watch them, do you? And if enough people watch you, then you've got what you might class as a successful channel, I suppose.
I've noticed during like the pandemic, there was like quite a big influx, wasn't there, of people watching videos, and I think it kind of kicked on from that, didn't it? I think that was the turning point where things kind of got a lot more popular regarding watching videos.
That certainly boosted some channels, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I mean, I started mine 21, so it was just really post-COVID, wasn't it? It was sort of coming out of the last dregs of it, really.
Yeah.
Sorry, Michael, you go.
When you think about it, there's no records. I mean, record stores are going out of business, right? Except for the mega stores. So if you're curious about vinyl, where are you going to go? You're going to go to YouTube, because there's hundreds of channels holding up records and talking about them and categorizing them. So, I mean, if you're curious about it, this is probably the best feeding ground, best educational space for people who are curious.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, one thing I'm curious about is, you know, I mean, the vinyl community is very much a thing nowadays, isn't it? You know, it's recognisable. So sort of 5 years ago, was it like that, only smaller, or what? Or was it just people showing records who just have to find each other?
There certainly wasn't a lot of British people doing it. That's why I thought I'd jump on and start doing it, similar to Rob, I guess. But it did take off after a while. Yeah.
Because I mean, like you said, Rob, it's the threads, isn't it? You know, that's a really good way to get started, and particularly the vinyl tag, because
the vinyl tag
it gives you the content.
Yeah, it gives. Yeah. Because if you do the vinyl tag, then sort of a lot of people watch vinyl tag videos, so it's a great way to sort of. That's your first video, wasn't it, Mike? Vinyl tag.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And
it's, you know, and it was my most watched video for probably quite some time. Yeah. You know, I'd probably done another 20 before I got one that was you know, anywhere near.
If you go back to the 5 years ago in the vinyl community, so there was no live streams.
No.
So live streams like this and the other ones that are about, they're a great way to sort of engage with people immediately. So back in like 5 years ago, you know, it was like sending a carrier pigeon to you know, or a telegram. You know, things seemed a lot slower. So the growth of your channel was a lot slower as well. Whereas now, with live streams, you're on a successful live stream, like Michael goes on successful live streams, I'm sure you can pick up subscribers from appearing on them. If you appear on this live stream, you're likely to lose subscribers.
It's a risk.
Yeah. Oh, it's a big risk doing this. Yeah.
Rob. The thing about live streams is, and I'm not going to win a lot of friends for saying this. It's a bit of a cop out because
a bit of a what?
A bit of a cop out because the whole idea about YouTube is creativity and making things, at least from my point of view. And if you're spending hours and hours and hours either hosting or participating, you're not being creative, and you get this delusion that somehow you're a product. And so when there are parody channels made about you and you get on and you say, somebody's stealing my content,
here we go.
It's a bit of a laugh.
Yeah, but, yeah.
I think what Michael's trying to say is perhaps with the live streams, it's people chatting, and it can be very interesting, but they're not necessarily creating something lasting. It's just sort of in the moment having a chat, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a different experience, isn't it, watching a live stream than watching someone's video? Because on a live stream, you can actually join in, whereas when you're watching someone's video, it's pretty passive, isn't it?
Yeah, it's true, but it depends. It depends how they're moderated and how they're guided. So we could talk about that. I mean, there are some good tips. I mean, look, I'm from PR, right? I'm from the public speaking world, and there are things that you can do with live streams in terms of guiding guests and setting topics and kind of controlling how people talk to one another that make a good live stream. I mean, when it's like 6 guys just talking about their high school days and air guitar, that's great for some people, but it's not really.
Yeah, well, I don't watch Michael 45, so I've never seen that.
I wasn't referring to Michael 45, Mr. Walker.
Oh dear.
Hosting this stream is so easy because everyone is polite to each other. We let each other speak. There's no interrupting and shouting. It's so easy to do this. And it's not all about, I've said this before, it's not about me. I just host this. I'm the host. And you're the guest.
Ask, who is that guy who just spoke? I've never seen him before.
Yeah,
actually, Iain, there is, there's a certain level of, being present. I caught your reminder video this morning, the reminder, and it looked like you slept in a hedge or something. What was going on?
Yeah, I looked. I didn't do.
Is it a good night? Good night last night, or?
I don't know what happened there. I thought. I usually sort of do things with my hair, and I hadn't.
It was all dishevelled. The cupboard was open. The backdrop was the shambles. I thought.
Your reminder's normally the day before, isn't it?
I do one on the day as well, but today I think I did the thing, and I just totally forgot about doing my hair and.
Yeah.
But that's the fun of it, isn't it? It's the rawness. It
doesn't matter. It just doesn't
Refreshing.
matter. I mean, there's all sorts of things you can do on YouTube, and as Michael says, there's a sort of it's a really good opportunity for sort of some really brilliant creativity, and you see videos in the VC, and I'm going to mention you again, Stevie. I mean your record room video.
Oh, the audiophile listening room, yeah.
Yes, that's right. Yes,
and that was fun. That was fun to do that one actually.
But it was, what I liked about it is sort of like afterwards, I was sort of thinking about it, and I thought, well, bloody hell, he's put a lot of thought into this. Yeah. This is
probably a lot less than you thought.
well, maybe you didn't. Maybe you didn't, Stevie. But it seems like you did. It seemed like you'd thought about how it was going to play out.
I thought about the last bit. It was like 4 sections, but really it was born of you know, I said, oh, I'd do a video about quadrophenia, but I was decorating this room, right? And this room was like black and blue. I thought I'll go put 2 coats of undercoat on here just to get rid of the black, and then I had this like cheap, ultra cheap magnolia, and I just started writing like quadrophenia on the wall just out of sheer boredom. And I was pissed off with this bloody job. And then I just thought, what are all the tracks? And I was like remembering all the tracks. And then I looked round and I thought, what the bloody hell have you done here? I thought, I'm going to knock it on the head for the day, and I just left the room like that for a few days.
Yeah, but you know, it really worked. You know, I wanted to see what was going to happen next, how it was all going to play out.
Good.
You know, and that's, you know, that's what I really liked about it. But I mean, the other thing is that, you know, something like this live stream today, you know, you might say it's quite self-indulgent. You know, we come on and have a chat, but we just happen to be doing it, you know, live, so anybody can see it. But you know, that's just one part of it. I mean, I think it would be a little bit strange if that was all you did.
Yeah.
You know, because you know, what do you talk about if you do it every day?
I think the key is if you're enjoying, do something that you're going to enjoy. If you want to make a video or something that you feel like doing it or enthusiastic, like if you're using an editor, try and make something that, you know, you're interested in and you're happy with. If you're having fun, if you're interested in what you're doing, whatever it is, I think it's going to show and people will enjoy it, you know?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, be true to yourself. Yeah.
That's it. That's why I don't just do. And here's my top ranking of a band. That's why I mix it up. I do, you know, a lot about singles and my favourite songs, and I love doing the chart rundowns. You know, even, you know, like today we did the UK, and I love doing the birthday ones. I love doing that because you can do a little bit of music, a bit of music history, a bit of history, and that's why I had all them bits like the PM of the day and people's birthdays, just to keep it all going. And I'm really looking forward to this this battle royale. I mean, today the first one, I sort of had an idea of what I wanted to do, and I watched it back and I thought, yeah, this will work.
But you know what? I don't think I've even listened to both of these albums.
Never heard of it, mate.
I've never heard of this Nectar one. What is it?
It's a prog album, progressive rock.
Yeah.
Any good?
Yes, there's a short, you know, you can actually watch, and there's a link.
Oh yeah, did you fix your short? Yeah. Everybody, I clicked on one of. I don't want to embarrass you, Ian. I clicked on one of his shorts. Right. This is. I think you put them on for the Battle Royale, and it's Jimmy Barnes had chosen Technique by New Order, and I was just reminding myself of the tracks, and you put the wrong tracks on there.
Oops. I just got it off Spotify because I haven't got that album.
I thought, what's going on here? This is, you know, you had Perfect Kiss on there twice. And I thought, that's not on Technique.
That's low.
No, well, I'm going to sort that one out. Don't worry.
You haven't done it yet? Oh, my God.
No,
Jesus. Quality control.
Yeah. Well, I just went onto Spotify, and because I brought a program to download off Spotify. I just went, oh, there's Technique. Bunged it in, and away it went. I was on. So I do my shorts all at one start. I do them all on a Sunday.
Never trust the technology. You got to double check these things.
Yes, I will sort that one out. I have made a note to self. Can't win them all.
Two channels that I think I want to just highlight. First one is a guy that came back after a long hiatus and has just been like putting out videos night after night, and that's Madam Sin playing those 45s. Oh, Rob, stop it. You know, he's in a great, good-looking room, and he's playing great music. And you know,
is this the guy that looks like Vincent Price? Yeah,
yes.
resurrected.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I'll get you.
And the other channel I want to give a shout out to is Big Star 1000, who I guess is an expat in New Zealand or Australia, who is kind of like picking up the mantle from Static Traveler. Just showing some really good music, talking about it intelligently from the heart. And that's all I wanted to say, because it's very tough to concentrate when you have this guy up in the upper quadrant over there, shaking his head left and right. How do you guys do this? With him going like this all the time, you're trying to like make a point. How do you keep your cool and your concentration? I ask you, British, as an American, I'll shut up now.
Over to you, Rob.
Yeah, that what's he called? Big 1000, that guy.
Big Star 1000, is it?
Yeah. He's French, isn't he?
Or Belgian?
Yeah.
He's got a lot of records.
Same thing, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to.
Michael, he's been quite prolific over the last sort of 6 months, because his channel can go off grid for a year or two. So he's obviously in a good space at the moment. He is very good, actually. He's probably one of the best, isn't he?
I've never watched anything. I might have to investigate.
Yeah, he's very engaging. He's very very knowledgeable, very intelligent. He wouldn't fit on this stream.
Is that because he's still above us? He's more intellectual than the.
Yeah.
I
think he dropped in the comments, didn't he, on one of yours, Michael, when I was on there. I think he did.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't think he's a fan of me. I think I've annoyed him a few times.
Everybody's a fan of you, Rob.
No, I don't think he is now.
Everybody.
I think if you asked him, he'd probably say that he couldn't stand me. I think something like that.
If you were to host a live stream, Rob, it would be a big deal. Don't you guys think so? Rob would host a live stream?
Yes, I think he should.
Yeah, I think he should.
Yeah.
Who's that?
You.
Huh?
You.
Oh yeah.
I think we need a good Sunday show or something.
Yeah.
There was a good one on the other week at 10 o'clock in the morning. That was a very good one.
Yeah.
Yes, your ears were burning on the Sunday afternoon, though, Stevie. Big time. I bet.
I've got a couple of records for Rob.
Go on then.
Okay, let's find the right one.
What do you got there? Ooh.
Mono, please me, and Mono with the Beatles. Yeah. So not much today. That was $8.99, and what was the other one? $6.99. I've actually got both of these already, but they're slightly better condition than my other scratch ones. So
I always enjoy your, when you sort of reading out when you're reading out the description saying it's slightly crackly and all that. I like that.
Yeah. Well, the Oxfam shop actually made me big again. The guy in the Oxfam shop, he's actually really good, because he'll do like a good description like that. So he's actually, as he's cleaned it, he's played it, he's cleaned it. So I mean, that's really helpful, and he's a very trustworthy guy, and he knows what he's doing. And there's another guy there who literally eat his sandwiches over the record. You find his crumbs inside the sleeve. I don't know if he's still there. He hasn't been around for a bit.
Yeah.
Is that your presentation, Stevie? Are you done now? Showing all your records? Are you done?
I'm slowing down.
Okay. I have a presentation I'd like to make.
Oh.
And it's an internet. I just received some international.
Hold that up again, Mike. I don't think that we saw it.
VCLT, Vinyl Community Love Train, right?
Is this the one where you're putting an I for international in it?
It is, Stevie. It is.
I think. Yeah.
I received some vinyl from overseas. So it would be Vinyl Community Love International Train. I don't hear any laughter. That's okay.
That's all. That's also. I think we were talking about the women earlier, weren't we?
Yes, and this is from Marius Stark.
Sorry,
You
folks.
see, this is from Marius Stark. You see that? And he put on a little sticker there. See that on the package?
That's
That's the package that I got. And Marius, who's really a brilliant and talented guy, sent me this record. It's a tribute to Leonard Cohen, and it's got all these different artists on it. It's got Norah Jones, Peter Gabriel, all these people. I'm not going to read them all. James Taylor. And it's on this lovely blue vinyl, which, you know, I typically buy old stuff. So having a... And he also sent me this Stan Getz, which is quite good. It's a reissue on Fantasy Records, and he threw in some goofball thing. This thing, not, you know, it's all right. I think he thinks my wife would like it. So yeah, that's it for Marius. Now, also before I'm done with my presentation, I wanted to tell you about a couple of artists I'm rediscovering. Now, you know, I'm old, guys. You know, I'm not a young guy anymore. So I'm listening. I have rediscovered this British artist, John Baldry. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him.
Yes.
You do know that he discovered Rod Stewart, and they say he discovered the Rolling Stones. And I only have this on CD, but I just found it on vinyl, a UK pressing. I'm really excited about it. On his first two records, side one was produced by Elton John, and the other side was produced by Rod Stewart. And what I love about John Baldry is that he does a lot of talking, and he mixes talking and music on his recordings. Now, he did get into some kind of like showy kind of period. He really is a blues artist.
He did Flying, didn't he?
He did a cover of Flying that's just sublime. And you know, it's kind of a goofball cover there. You know, some guy said, "Is he like playing Jesus?" But he does a cover of She by Graham Parsons, and he's got two women backing him up: Lisa Strike, who was a famous backup singer in the UK, and Leslie Duncan, who was a writer who worked with Elton John. Both of these women are great singers. And the other thing I picked up is, I don't know if you're familiar with this group. They were really big in the 80s. Lone Justice. This was produced by Jimmy Iovine. And if you see this, pick it up. I don't think they ever made it very big in the UK. But Maria McKee is just a fantastic singer. So when people ask me like what kind of music I'm into right now, I'm into vocalists. So you can make me smile now. Any questions?
Yeah.
Maria McKee,
Light up.
Yeah, Maria McKee.
It's like a metronome.
Yeah. Maria McKee, that name rings a bell.
Yeah, she did that Show Me Heaven, didn't she?
That's it. Thank you, Rob. I knew it was wrong.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what John Baldry did in the way of singles. I'm sure he had a little bit of chart success in the UK, didn't he?
Also,
Wasn't he known as Long John Baldry?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't
and
try
he was
me.
Gay. He kept his homosexuality a secret for many years. I think that was part of the story about his career. He didn't come out too much later in life. But he's fantastic.
Yeah.
Which version do you prefer of Flying? Was it the Faces or Baldry?
I prefer Baldry's.
I prefer the Faces.
People covered it.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah. I prefer the Faces, I've got to say.
It's a very good interpretation of the Faces song. There we go.
Yep.
Are you still watching that Morton Astad's channel, Mike?
Sorry, whose channel?
He's still watching Morton's channel.
Yeah, I quite like it. I mean, he produces a lot of videos, and quite often the albums that he shows are not quite my thing.
No,
but I still prefer it. You know, when he's out and about, when he's when he gets on a tram and goes off to a record shop, I really love those videos.
Yeah, I do as well. Looks nice, doesn't it? Norway, Denmark.
Yeah.
Well, I know Denmark quite well, but
yeah, because he was in Oslo, and now he's gone back to Denmark, hasn't he? Because he's in Skagen, which is right on the very northern tip.
Yeah.
I think I might have been there. Is there an art museum right on the northern tip? Because when I was there, I had a Danish girlfriend for a while at art college, and went over and we drove to the top. And there was this, like, in the middle of nowhere, there's this sort of art exhibition.
How many nationalities
places.
of women have you had girlfriends?
What kind of question is that?
Every video, every time he's on, it's like someone from France and someone Danish, and then
yeah, there's the Japanese girl, wasn't there?
It's about vinyl. It's just a question. It was a question about an art museum. I'm like,
yeah, but you always drop.
I know you won't have had. I haven't had that many, Rob, but I know you won't have had that many either. You know. Her name was Gertrude.
I think Stevie should do a video where he ranks his ex-girlfriends.
Yeah, ex-girlfriend rank with music.
I did a video. Yeah, it's not on my channel anymore.
It's a dangerous video.
It was a contest, and on that video, I named 5 ex-girlfriends and spoke about them, and I won the contest. It was about 3 years ago.
Did you find your suit, your clothing outside of your home when you returned home from work that night?
All right, I've got a lot of funny stories. I might incorporate them in a video one time. I've got some crackers.
Yeah. Well, I've got a
video that was, Rob. I remember that.
Remember that?
Yeah.
I'm not making it up, am I, Simon?
No.
Yeah.
I tell you, speaking the truth.
Well, you think one story about ex-girlfriends. When my mum suddenly passed away, I read a bit in the church, right? And as I was looking across that, I saw 6 ex-girlfriends and 1 ex-wife, all in the congregation. And my man, I won't say because it's a bit crude, but he said something about summed your life up there, didn't it? In the crowd. But yeah, that was bizarre.
Do you want me to tell you a quick tale? It'll be about 2 minutes.
Right, go on then.
Go on then.
Right. So I've been seeing this woman for about 5-6 months, and I'd had enough of her. I wanted to. Honestly, it's funny. She was an absolute sex maniac. I'd had enough of her, right? So I'd had enough of her. She was unbelievable, right? And she lived about an hour away. So, and she had me build a lot of IKEA furniture for her as well. So I was pissed off. Anyway, so I decided I was gonna dump her. So I went to her house, and I can remember I took me some stuff, and I was going to stay overnight, and I was rooting in the car looking for something. I put my car light on, and I'm looking for something, and then I went in the house, and then in the morning I said, like, I want to end the relationship. So she was we were chatting, we was okay, but we was ending the relationship. So I got in the car to go home, and my battery was flat in my car. I'd left the interior light on. So when I got in my car, I got on my phone, to phone green flag. And my battery was dead on my phone. So I'd ended the relationship, and I had to knock on the front door and ask if I could charge my phone up and phone the AA up. Right? And the AA came, and she left the house to go and see her mum. So she left me to shut the door. And the guy from the AA's like, "Oh, I like your garden. Are you getting a bit of work done?" I had to like blag it that I was like going forever, but that was quite a funny tale anyway.
Did she not have a battery charger?
Yeah. She let me charge it. She made me a brew and maybe a bacon butty, I think.
No, did she not? Did she not have a car battery charger? I meant.
No, no, I had to phone like green. I think it was green flag, But it was so. But she's at it. As soon as you got in the car, you were looking on your phone. Who are you ringing? I'm like, it was dead because my car's dead. I had to ring the AA up. So yeah, it was funny.
What a good sport she was, Rob. It could have gone a whole other direction, couldn't it?
Yeah. But yeah, I've had a few. I mentioned on. So I dated. Here's another one. So I could never really listen to orchestral maneuvers in the dark because I was on a dating app about 5 years ago, and I started seeing a woman, and she was the ex-girlfriend of Andy McCluskey from Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark.
Oh my God!
Yeah. I know. So she was telling me all about him, and I'm like, so all the things I've heard about him. And she's another one. She was an absolute nymphomaniac as well. Well, she lived in Chester. She was an absolute nutter.
Was she a groupie for OMD?
She was like she used to like dressing up, dressing up for me all the time. What do you want me to wear this time? And it was hilarious, really.
You should be saving these stories for your part 2, Rob.
Honestly, I've got so many funny stories but that was a really good one about Andy McCluskey's girlfriend. I saw her for about 3 or 4 months, and it's like I like the album, Dazzle Chips, and I've got a few OMD albums, and it's difficult to listen to them after what I know.
Did she have any like signed stuff or demos or something like that?
No.
You could have like let it carry on a bit and say, could you get Andy to sign these? And
yeah, I think he'd moved over to America at the time.
Oh.
I think his wife had been ill, and that was about 5-6 years ago.
I went out on a few dates with a ex-rugby player's sister.
Right.
I went out with Ben Cohen's sister, Samantha.
Oh yeah.
She was really nice. She had this thing for knee-high boots, though.
Was she an nymphomaniac?
Well, I'm not going to say. But she was a really nice girl.
Yeah.
Very nice. It wasn't a sort of a relationship. It just we just really got on well. It didn't matter that her brother was a international rugby player. There you go.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think on that note,
let's behave yourself.
Yeah. On that note, it's coming up for 2 hours. So.
All right. Nice one.
That was a good way to end it. Well, thank you very much for everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah. Great again, Ian.
Are we going to put something up for the thumbnail? Has anyone got anything to hand?
Hang on.
Oh,
let's put that.
Yeah, I've got that fell off today.
There we go.
Simon's got a beer, and there we go. Thank you very much. That's the
okay.
Yes, I had to cut last week, so there's too many rude. If everyone saw it, there was a lot of.
We waited to do that for a while.
Yes, that was quite fun. So, thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, as we always do.
Carl Burnett would say.
We'll be back here next week, and don't forget it's my birthday Monday. So watch me video.
Oh,
That's my top 10.
Okay. Thanks a lot, folks.
Okay.
okay. See you then.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye.